Get what you wanted?
Eventually. Did you bump into that wardrobe again?
Yes, I bloody well did. I can't imagine how it came to be open.
Want a cup of coffee?
Not unless you're having one.
No, I got one in Chipping Camden.
Ah, Chipping Camden.
Something the matter, Paul?
Who are you?
Why do you ask?
Well, I spoke to Andrew.
Who?
Andrew, my agent, remember? It seems he never quite got to Asia.
And you told him all about me?
No, I didn't actually. I could have, but I wanted to know what this was all about.
It makes me feel sick.
What does?
That I feel sorry for you.
Do you? Why?
Because now you truly are blind.
What?
Make yourself at home, Jane. Don't forget the semicolon, Jane. I can hear you smile, Jane. Who the fuck do you think you are, huh?
Oh! God!
God!
God, what the?
Shut up! God, I can't fucking stand the sound of your voice. You swear if you say another word, I will stick my fingers down your throat and rip it out! Jeez.
Who the hell are you?
Jane Ryder, Renault. Mrs. Ralph Renault. Remember Ralph? Killed himself? You do remember. Somehow I didn't think that you would. Of course, you've destroyed a lot of careers in your life, but not so many lives, right? I mean, you haven't actually left a trail of corpses behind you, have you? No. I think Ralph was special. That's probably what you hated about him the most. I mean, what an incredible honor it was for him to have his first major show at such a young age at Tate Gallery. Ingenious, surreal, disturbing. I compared him to Balthus, Magritte. All the critics loved him, except for you, of course. Then again, you hated everybody. For you, the history of art ended with Rembrandt. I told Ralph a good review from you would have been the kiss of death.
No, just stop it.
Are you deaf as well as blind? I told you, shut up! Why wasn't it enough for you to just destroy his career, huh? And why did you have to destroy him? Do you remember what you wrote?
No.
Child abuse by proxy.
No, I did. I absolutely did.
You might not have used those libelous words, but that's exactly what you insinuated. That he painted little girls because he couldn't fuck them!
No, that is absolutely outrageous. Absolutely.
Shut up! Do you know the police came and questioned Ralph?
What?
They confiscated his computer because they were looking for kiddie porn?
I can't be responsible.
My beautiful,
What
brilliant Ralph killed himself because of a review that took you, what, 10 minutes to write?
What?
And then you moved on. But I couldn't. I read your books. I watched you on TV. I read all of your columns in the paper. You were a star, Paul. A national treasure. And then one day I read, famous art critic in car accident. And you know what's so strange? You'd think that I would have been thrilled, right? But it wasn't what I called revenge. It might have been good enough for Guy, but it wasn't good enough for me. Except for you vanished. I couldn't find you. I didn't know where you were, what you were doing. You disappeared until I saw your ad in the Times. And then I realized that somehow I had to destroy you, Paul, the way you destroyed Ralph.
I did a terrible thing to you which can't be undone, but I'm a wealthy man. I'm a wealthy man.
It's curious, you know. Your mouth is covered and you have no eyes, but I can still see fear in your face. And one day I realized this wardrobe. You walked into it today, you've walked into it before. Even Mrs. Kilbride knows about your wardrobe door. And you walked into it for one of those silly silk ties that you always wear.
No.
And you got locked in. Paul and I was in London. It was my weekend off, and you were locked in like you'd be locked in the pages of a closed book.
Bang. Don't move. It's loaded. Kneel down.
Neil?
Yes, kneel. Thank you. I have to know where you are, you see, so I want you to keep talking. I'm good, but I am not infallible.
What am I supposed to say?
Oh, anything. Recite a poem that you learned at school or something.
Jenny kissed me when we met, jumping from the chair she sat in. Time, you thief, who loved to get sweets into your list, put that in.
Finish it. Go on.
Say I'm weary, say I'm sad, say that health and wealth have missed me, say that I'm growing old, but Jenny kissed me.
Interesting choice.
How'd you get out?
It's quite a funny story, actually. I terribly upset, after I'd spoken to Andrew, remember, my agent, that I slipped the phone into my pocket without realizing it.
I heard you screaming.
Oh, yes, no, I screamed and screamed, yes. Yes, a claustrophobic man locked inside a small, dark space. Beyond terror. So I screamed, yes, and banged and clawed my fingers, but I noticed there was something in my pocket. It was the phone. It was there all the time. So I called Mrs. Kilbride. I told her I'd locked myself in, and she came right over.
You told her you locked yourself in?
Oh, yes. No, I didn't give you away, Jane.
Why?
Why did you come back so soon?
I couldn't...
No. Fancied yourself as a killer, but you ain't got it, right? Jane, I should never have written that review. Not because it was untrue, because it was true.
What?
Now, you know it was true. Don't deny it, Jane. Don't deny it.
No!
Jane, you knew him. You loved him. You knew it was true.
No!
Nobody kills himself because of a bad review. Not even one of them.
That review ruined our lives.
Oh, yes. I know the police came round and God knows what your friends must have thought, but he didn't kill himself for that reason either. He killed himself because he knew I was right.
No!
He saw something in his paintings and wouldn't acknowledge it until I'd pointed it out.
No!
He knew it was there, and you knew it too.
That's total fucking bullshit!
It's not bullshit,
Yes.
Jane. You knew. Jane, you knew it was there. Why don't you admit it to yourself? What are you going to do, be burdened by this for the rest of your life? Just admit to it. You knew it was there. Ralph committed suicide because he couldn't stand the truth about himself any more than I could stand the truth about me. No, you were right. It wasn't just Ralph's secret that I saw in his paintings. It was mine too.
Thailand wasn't an accident.
Well, I hope it wasn't, but actually I have no memory of it at all. Look at me, Jane. I mean, kill me if you like. I really don't care. But am I worth the trouble?